So we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh. Let's start off with the home team. This is your week 2 prediction and preview video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Also hit the like button. The Pittsburgh Steelers, man, last week was a brutal game. They lost to the San Francisco 49ers 30-7, and they couldn't get anything going offensively or defensively. They have to come out and be aggressive offensively in this game. And the offensive line has to protect Kenny Pickett, and they had to come out and try to run the football with Najee Harris as well. The biggest key to victory with this team, get something going offensively with Kenny Pickett and crew. Deontay Johnson is questionable with this game with a hamstring injury, but they still have some good weapons in Calvin Austin III, Pat Freiermuth, and you also have another good wide receiver in George Pickens as well. Go out there and get these guys the ball. Stop the curl route concepts. Stop running the slants and target the middle of the field deep within 15 to 20 yards. And Kenny Pickett has to be more accurate. Matt Canada also has to come out and call these plays aggressive as well. Defensively, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to stop the run. I'm going to let that be known. They could not stop the run against Christian McCaffrey last week. Christian McCaffrey had a day on this team, and you're going against Nick Chubb and the Cleveland Browns offensive line. Even though they will be without Jack Conklin for the rest of the season, they still have a very solid offensive line. Christian McCaffrey had 152 rushing yards last game, and Brock Purdy had 20 rushing yards. The reason why I'm bringing this up, you have to stop the run game of the Cleveland Browns, and Deshaun Watson is one of those quarterbacks that can get going in open field. He had a rushing touchdown against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a red-hot Browns team. They have to come out, stop the run. Even though the Pittsburgh Steelers will be without Cameron Hayward this game, you're looking at guys across the middle of that field that have to step up. In that linebacking room, guys on the defensive line have to come out and be aggressive as well. Cameron Hayward is one of, if not the best defensive lineman with this team. So guys like Larry Ogunjobi have to come up. Same with Montravius Adams as well. And Keanu Benton, a guy that is a rookie. They have to come in and try to stop this run, especially up the middle. Guys like Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts, they have to come out and sit in their stance and be patient. Do not overrun plays. Sit there and meet Nick Chubb at the center of attack, because if you don't, he will single-handedly change this game. And guys on the back end have to be better as well. Patrick Peterson has to go out and guard Amari Cooper. I expect for Joey Porter Jr. to play more snaps in this game than he did against the San Francisco 49ers. Levi Wallace is also another corner that has to step up in this game. They have more than Amari Cooper. They have Elijah Moore as well. And Minkah Fitzpatrick has to come out and be aggressive. Alex Highsmith also has to come out on the edge and attack that weak side to where DeJuan Jones will be at, because they will be without Jack Conklin for the rest of the season. Alex Highsmith did not record a sack last game. TJ Watt single-handedly had 3 sacks. So the Pittsburgh Steelers all around have to play better, but they have to win the trenches, and they have to play aggressive in this game. This is an AFC North Classic matchup, and you do not want to lose in the trenches to this Browns team, because if you lose in the trenches to this Browns team, you pretty much essentially just lost the game. Now let's talk about the Cleveland Browns. Very good win last week against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. They single-handedly made Joe Burrow look terrible with their brand new defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz. They came out, ran the football, played attack coverage, and they got home very well with Myles Garrett. They won the game 24-3, and Deshaun Watson did that in the rain. You have to expect that Deshaun Watson will play better as the season progresses on. So in this game, still run the ball with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb averaged 6 yards to carry last game, had 106 yards. They have to run the football, work off of play action, and get the weapons to Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore. One thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers from last game that may carry on for that team throughout the entire season, run the stretch plays. Get Nick Chubb going out to the sideline. Get them going sideline to sideline, because Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts are not very athletic linebackers. Get those guys going in motion and try to get them at the center attack and get these offensive linemen moving as well. Run some screen plays. Get this Pittsburgh Steelers team off guard and try to expose their lack of athleticism, especially the linebacker position. And also get the ball to Amari Cooper as much as possible on whether it's out cuts or in cuts. One thing the Pittsburgh Steelers did try to do when they got frustrated against the San Francisco 49ers, they went out and they blitzed. Deshaun Watson has to be very weary of that, because this defense goes out in blitz. You have to find the weak spot of that defense, whether it's a curl route or they just try to run another screen and attack that side to where they're blitzing from. And the reason why I'm saying that, they blitzed Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers game wide open across the middle of the field. DeMonte Casey was too late on seeing it. Brandon Ayuk was wide open in the center of the field, and they blitzed him again. He was wide open on the left side of the field. In those situations, take care of those lapses, and they can get some big plays against this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Far as the Cleveland Browns defense, they can go out and they can attack Kenny Pickett, pressure him as much as possible, whether it's going with a blitz or just getting there with Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett. Test out these tackles, whether they play Broderick Jones or not. He didn't play any snaps against the San Francisco 49ers. Go at Dan Moore Jr. He is not a good offensive lineman. Whether you have to switch Myles Garrett around or not, go to your weakest offensive lineman and put Myles Garrett there so he can go and put pressure on Kenny Pickett. I do believe that you can bully around this offensive line with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do not let Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren get those big plays. Make Kenny Pickett beat you. Make him go out there and have to throw the football more than 30 times this game, and the Cleveland Browns should be in good fashion. I think the secondary also matches up very well with that Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiving core. Guys like Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome should have a very good game in this game. You are playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers house, and I expect for them to try to come back from that ugly loss they suffered against the San Francisco 49ers. With that being said, I think that this is an ugly matchup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a team that struggled against stopping the run. They have a lot of mental lapses right now, even though they are upset over that loss that they suffered against the San Francisco 49ers. It's too many parallels between that 49ers team and this Cleveland Browns team. I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers getting blown out, but I definitely see the Pittsburgh Steelers losing this game. I have the Cleveland Browns winning this game 24-14. I think that the defensive line pressure will be too much for Kenny Pickett, and these wide receivers will not be able to get off some of those man presses that Jim Schwartz likes to run. I picked them to lose against the San Francisco 49ers last week, and I'm picking them to lose this game as well, 24-14. Let me know who do you have winning in the comment section below, the Cleveland Browns or the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.